Good morning, everyone. This morning we are going to elaborate our cerebral capacity, the capacity of our brain, capacity of our mind, elaborated by Dr. Michio Kaku, an American but brought up in American but actually descent from Japan. He is actually Japanese, brought up in America. He has written a number of books about our mind, about total cerebral capacity, how mind works, how mind can be understood, how it can be enhanced, and how it can be empowered. I chosen 5 points out of his one of the best books that come across. And these 5 points are unlocking the mind, telepathy, dream interpretation, silicon mind, and infinite mind. Today's title is To Understand, Enhance, and Empower Mind by Dr. Michio Kaku. We are going to elaborate 1 point at a time. The point number 1, the first point is unlocking our mind. Unlocking our mind means utilize our mind, our brain to its max capacity. Our mind is infinite. Its capacity is 10 over 14. But even Albert Einstein could use only 10% of that 10 over 14, only 10%. And the 10% was enough to invent the theory of relativity. People like us, the commoner, the ordinary people, the simple people, cyborg people, these kind of people though who are commoners can use around 2% or 3%, 5% top. But according to Albert Einstein, our cerebral capacity is 10 over 14, and we should try to unlock our 10 over 14 means 100% of potential, and try to find out what kind of magic, what kind of miracle our brain can actually perform. According to him, he has given hypothesis about 10 over 14, but the student asked him that, Dr. Albert Einstein, what is 10 over 14? You explain us in layman's terminology. Layman's terminology means we can understand. He gave the analogy that if you are going to live for 500 years and you study 12 hours a day every single day, still your brain capacity, the cerebral capacity, is not going to exhaust. So 500 years from now, if the person is going to die, he will die with some cerebral capacity left. Now, God has given us 10 over 14, such a huge amount of cerebral capacity, cerebral ability, viability. But what do? We use only our body and not our brain, and in the process, when we die, God forbid, when we die, we take 99% of the brain in our grave with us. Point number 2 is telepathy. Telepathy is actually the philosophy given by Edward the Bono. Edward the Bono, and before him, his own master, Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud has said that everybody has a capacity of telepathy. Telepathy meaning we can actually send a message through telepathy. Telepathy means far, pathy means a message. We can send telepathy or the message far away from where we are sitting or where we are living to our friends or relatives or siblings, or our parents, probably thousands of miles away from us. That's called telepathy. And all of us feel telepathy, but you have to be very emotional type of person to have developed telepathy. If your telepathy is not developed, if you are not emotional person, if you don't actually, you are not people pleasing, but if you are people poisoning, that you cannot have telepathy. Point number 3. Dream interpretation is also given by Sigmund Freud and elaborated by everyone, Dr. Carl Jung, Edward de Bono, and a number of other people in between have actually elaborated the dream interpretation concept. Dream interpretation means Sigmund Freud has said that whatever the dream we have, there are two types of dream. One dream that we have in the peripheral sleep, means 1 hour before we fall asleep and 1 hour before we wake up. But in between 4 to 5 hours of our sleep is known as REM, means rapid eye movement. That is the time in which we are actually in deep slumber. We don't know what is going on around us. If thief comes in our home and steals every single thing, we don't know. That time is a metaphysical time. He says that in which physically we are in the bed, but our mind, our soul are actually floating around the universe, and we are catching up the dreams. And those dreams actually are telling us something about the future. But irony is that those dreams we see during the REM, or deep slumber. We don't remember them when we get up. Some people, very minuscule percentage of people can remember the dream, and they actually prove it. Whenever they see there's something happens in his life, awakened life, they can see that yes, this incident was in my dream. So this is dream interpretation, and every single dream tells us something. Every single dream, according to Sigmund Freud, tells us something is going to transpire, something is going to occur in our life. Point number 4, silicon mind. According to Dr. Kaku, time will come, not too distant in future, but recent in future, the time will come that we are all going to wear a kind of chips of knowledge. The doctors are going to implant the chip in our mind. We don't have to go to college, no university, don't have to read a book, just to plant a chip. For example, chip of English language. And as soon as the operation is performed, you will be able to understand, you will be understand to speak, you will be able to read and understand grammar. Every single thing would be automatic. If you want to be a, say for example, software engineer, that chip would be available. If you want to be a surgeon, that chip would be available. Our mind would be artificial mind or silicon mind. Excuse me. Point number 4, infinite mind. Dr. Ravi Bhatra in America has written a book titled Ageless Body, Timeless Mind. Our body can be ageless. We can live to be 999 years, according to Ravi Bhatra. He has given this figure. You can live to be 999 years, provided if you take proper food, proper rest, proper control on yourself, proper control on emotion, proper control on your ambience and your milieu. If you don't let yourself deteriorate, solid organs or soft organs, don't let them deteriorate, and you will be able to live 999 years, and that time will come probably 100 years from now. And he has also said that our mind is absolutely timeless. Means 10 over 14. Nothing at all on this planet is having more intelligence level or cerebral capacity than we, except cyborg, except artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, they are going to create cyborg. The robot will be given 10 over 43. They will be much ahead of us. That is why they will do every single thing that we just cannot imagine. We cannot just dream those things that computers will be doing, the robots will be doing, the cyborgs would be able to do that. That time will come in which it is said infinite mind. So our mind is infinite. Our mind can last 500 years, as I said in the earlier part of our speech, that our mind can last for 500 years, and you use it 12 hours every single day, and still that person dies, he's going to take some leftover brain in his grave. So that is Dr. Michio Kaku, who has been known as one of the best writer about our psychology, about our neurology, about our cerebral capacity, about our dreams, about our telepathy, about our unlocking the mind, about storming the mind, the meeting of mind, the battle of brains. Every single thing he has elaborated minutely and very, very strenuously for us. All we have to do is to just chase after paper chase. If you chase after mobile, if you chase after kiki shows, if you chase after simpleton and absolutely idiotic shows, if you chase after your idiotic friends and indulge in idiotic conversation and live like absolutely ordinary person, then you are going to have ordinary knowledge. Be extraordinary and you will have extraordinary knowledge. That's what they say. Ordinary people have ordinary knowledge. Extraordinary people have extraordinary knowledge. And the difference between human and animal is only knowledge. We do every single thing that animal does and vice versa. But only the thing animal doesn't do that we do. Only the thing animal doesn't do that we do is education. Animal has every single thing and doesn't have knowledge. We have knowledge, so we have every single thing. Thank you for listening. God forbid everyone. God bless everyone, I should say. God bless everyone on this planet. Amen. Thank you.